is the question about, who's best suited to lead the party. And remember, at a time there was ambivalence around whether Rahul Gandhi was serious, and some of the other candidates seemed to be doing well as Rahul was floundering and didn't seem serious. Now, though, there is a very high level of clarity. At one point in time, Sachin Pilot had 14% of the respondents wooing him. In January 2023, it went up to 17%. Now, though, Rahul Gandhi has gone up to 49%. His graph, which was at 23%, is now more than double that at 49%. And the likes of Sachin Pilot, no disrespect, he was never really ever himself in the fray or wanting to project, but he was just propped up by the numbers. That's now come down from 14 to 7. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was at 9, she's at 6. Again, never really projected herself. Rahul Gandhi is being projected, and that is basically meaning that the opposition anti-Modi, anti-BJP vote has basically decided that Rahul Gandhi is the pole they want to converge around. Sanjay Jha, what that means though is that he has to be able to win in a BJP versus Congress fight. He needs to pull the middle of the road voters away from the BJP and bring them into the Congress. What he's done so far is that the anti-BJP, anti-Modi opposition vote, which was fragmented, is now converging around Rahul Gandhi. That's what's happened according to this data. He still needs to cross the next hurdle, which is of bringing middle-of-the-road, non-Hindutva BJP voters back into the Congress's fold.
That will be very difficult to do.
Sanjay Jha.
Rahul, in my opinion, the underlying change that I am seeing across the country, and not just Mumbai and metropolitan cities, is the fact that an average Indian is always somebody who wants a fair play, not just for himself or herself, but for everybody around them. Things like social justice, economic equality, a very harmonious society. These are not some esoteric terms that we use only in our TV debates. This is what the common individual wants. And I think what Rahul Gandhi is manifesting is the return of what I would call as graceful, dignified and decent politics back into the Indian mainstream. Like it or not, Mr. Modi won elections. He continues to be popular amongst large sections of India. I'm not going to deny that. But he's now being seen increasingly as a person who's also probably a votary of the politics of fear, divisiveness and hate. And I don't think any society can sustain that kind of polarized, aggressive, foul and crude conversation for too long. And I think India is reacting against that. I therefore am going to put my neck on the line and take a call and tell you that Mr. Modi's brand is on an irreversible decline. The question is, at what pace will it decline? Can the Congress hasten it after winning some assembly elections? I don't know. But here is an opportunity.
But Mr. Jha, that's a contentious view, which Raj and Gopal, there's a point in what Rahul just said here. Our Rahul said just now that Mr. Rahul Gandhi attracts today the core anti-Modi voters. They're staunchly with him. The question is, how do you attract the floating voter? In India, you win elections by winning incremental votes. That's what Narendra Modi successfully did. He brought in people who traditionally didn't vote for the BJP into the BJP fold. 1 in every 3 voters in 2019, 1 in every 4 in 2024. How does Rahul Gandhi do that? Is he also, in your view, a bit of a polarizing figure? Either you're with Rahul or you're against Rahul. He's also not necessarily an all-inclusive figure, not yet.
Well, let's look at it. There are a couple of questions that need to be answered. One is, he's clearly won the battle when it comes to the coalition partners.
Kaun banega challenger, he's number one.
He's won there. Now he has to move to really the center stage in terms of taking on the BJP. Currently the Congress, if you go by Yashwant Deshmukh's poll, C-voter and ours is 25%, and you have BJP at about 38%. He has to start now proving that the Congress can defeat the BJP when they have a direct contest with each other. Right now, a lot of this is being showed up from the various coalition partners, and that's one big thing that he needs to demonstrate, and that will be his true challenge. The second, the advantage that he has, apart from the fact that the Modi brand is sort of, as he was saying yesterday, reaching a plateau. It hasn't, the decline we don't know about, we've seen a bit of it. Now, what happens here is it's combined with not just Rahul Gandhi. There is a factor that is built, which is that there is huge discontent in terms of the fact that unemployment is a major issue, price rise is a major issue. He begins to be seen as an alternative where he starts talking about these issues much more than others do. The third factor I think that's coming into play is that we were talking of the relative youth. There is a coalition of young building, I'd call it. Okay, and this is a coalition of young opposition partners that he has. If you look in terms of Bihar, you have Tejasvi sitting there, Akhilesh at that side. If you like to talk of Bengal, you have Abhishek on the rise. If you look at Tamil Nadu, there's Udyanidhi happening on the horizon. Even our Andhra Pradesh, Telangana Chief Minister is quite young in that sense. So there is a feeling that in some senses the BJP's leaders have begun to age in a different way, and he represents a young brigade or youthful brigade that can transform. So we were talking.
But how does he get, Raj?
You were talking of momentum.
You make an excellent point, but how does he get the BJP voter? I was listening today to the commentary on Kamala Harris and her speech at the Democratic Convention. What did she do? She knows that if she has to defeat Donald Trump, she can't win it only with the Democratic core. She has to win floating voters. What is it in all of this that Rahul Gandhi is doing?
I'll come to that final point in terms of the fact that if the BJP's emphasis had been really pushing the Hindutva projects on there. But as we know, religion does not feed your stomach. You have to have a great economy and there is a huge aspirational class that says, fine, we have been able to counter the appeasement of the Muslim community. We have built the Ram temple, that pressure cooker release has happened. Now let's get down to the business.
Rajit, can I give you two examples?
Just a second. I will just say just one thing, Preeti. What Preeti mentioned about the young voters and what Raj is telling, actually I see a synergy there. You know what? He just mentioned across India, all the opposition leaders were the young set of the leadership coming across. Now Rahul can be indirect beneficiary of that in the coming years. What you sensed on the ground, an Akhilesh supporter saying Rahul Gandhi is better.
I'll give you two examples on how he can cut through to that BJP vote bank. Number one, when he speaks of the caste census, constantly hammering on caste, it cuts through the religion divide. Number two, when he speaks of Samvidhan, it cuts through the La Bharati divide. I have gone through places where the Dalits who were voting for the Bharatiya Janata Party at the back of the whole La Bharati push today are looking at the constitution. So at least in this election, he's been able to communicate and get a small percentage of the BJP voter on these two
But I can again only go by numbers. Look at I'll bring you into CSDS numbers. In all groups, barring Dalits, there hasn't been a major shift from the BJP to the Congress. The Hindu vote bank is still very much with the BJP. The fact, therefore, is Rahul Gandhi, the one group where the Samvidhan worked, the one group where the Samvidhan narrative worked strongly,
and it cut the
and it's, as per the CSDS post-poll survey, a 5% swing of Dalits moved away from BJP to Congress. So Rahul Gandhi is trying to emerge as a leader of the disadvantaged, of the disenfranchised, of those who feel they are getting left out. And that is a very useful politics to play.
And there's unemployment for the youth.
Yes,
so you're working it
but
on
you are
different
still facing
grounds.
just a minute. But you are still facing 37%, 38% of the BJP. They are not going down. Your headline is Modi holds steady. The question is, when will you reverse that? How do you reverse that?
See, this is the problem.
Pradeep.
The marginal gains that you can get with the politics of Samvidhan Bachao and all, you can keep hoodwinking the people into saying that, yes, there is a legitimate threat to the constitution. You can only go so much. The point that Sheila ji made earlier is, this is the 2011, 12, 13 Modi in Rahul Gandhi. This is what inka time aa gaya. The problem in that imagination is that in order to do that, Prime Minister Modi was able to bring out the chunks of Congress Congress supporters into the fold of BJP. Those were the new BJP votes that BJP had never gotten in the past. This is not happening yet.
No,
and the reason is because he doesn't have a credible example to put forth and show the contrast. The contrast is missing.
Okay. L.K. Advani, when he lost in 2009, after that, Prime Minister Modi in Gandhinagar started planning his stake for a power in Delhi. I'm saying at that time he gave around 13 December or 14 in the January, he gave a memorable speech in Sri Ram College where he said glass half full theory. That was bought by people. He got a very big chunk of supporters. Rahul Gandhi exactly before his claim for Delhi power is giving us a political theory of everything glass half empty. So Rahul Gandhi and Modi at this point of time, eventually in a short term will have to shift their politics.
Okay.
Rahul,
No,
can I
we have
give
a-
another analogy?
few more
Rahul,
questions.
One more analogy if I can give you.
Half empty.
You know,
theory.
like the Prime Minister, Modi had their entire middle class. He gave them a sense of pride when he came. When you go on the ground, you can sense that Rahul Gandhi is attempting to do the same with the bottom of the barrel in our social system by giving them samajik
No, but
nyay.
those
So
are
he's
talks,
pulling
but
them
again,
away.
those are talks.
I
Where
have
is
to
the
go by
credible
the numbers.
evidence?
The numbers.
I'm saying it's an attempt.
No, I can only go. The numbers again show.
But the
And
Dalits
while
have pulled
researching on a
Gandhi
book,
wants BJP
the
voters.
poor are still with Modi. Please appreciate
Okay.
it. You know, this
Rajdeep,
bill-
the
you see,
Dalit
we-
5% swing has come from
No,
where?
Dalit,
That
yes,
is the poor.
Ma'am, but there is a large Labharti
That will
worg.
come when
You know, there are
They
some-
have not, you know, I
BJP
think we need to,
fails in
when you say, when
Exactly
Sheila
what-
Bhatt says,
Yesterday
my
I
only difference,
mentioned,
no, my
दिन और
dif-
दिमाग की
no,
लड़ाई
my
में
difference with Sheila
Rahul-
Bhatt is when Sheila Bhatt says, Rahul ka time aa gaya hai. I would press the pause button.
But-
I would be a little hesitant to say, time aa
Rahul
gaya
ka
hai. You know,
time for
No, sir.
opposition
The song is
leadership
अपना
aa
time
gaya.
आएगा. So it's like, you know, waiting
अपना
time आएगा. वो कब
नहीं
आएगा
है.
नहीं पता.
अपना time aa sakta hai. Look, let's
That
see
as
this
an
way.
opposition leader, his time has
No, I'll tell you where you can
His
be.
time has come as a leader
Rahul,
of
your friend
opposition
Rahul
and I am
Gandhi
saying-
today is still 54.
Rajdeep-
He's only 54.
Only?
No, he's only 54. No, 1 minute. One congressman told me, please tell me where was Narendra Modi when he was 54. Narendra Modi when he was 54 was in 2004. He was 54. He was Gujarat Chief Minister for the first time. Rahul Gandhi is already leader of the opposition at the age of 54. Leader of the opposition puts you in a prime position that when the brand starts declining, the brand in power starts declining, you become the beneficiary. Rahul Gandhi, all said and done, is becoming a beneficiary of that. But I would hesitate, and this is the mistake congressmen make, that Rahul Gandhi aa gaya. He's arrived.
But
You see
Rahul-
the mistake
No,
that
no,
India
no.
today
Please
has
don't-
also
don't,
made in its previous covers.
I would like to
Every
say-
time Rahul Gandhi rises, you all say Rahul Gandhi aa gaya. This is the mistake you all make. India is still in the BJP age. Get that right. 37% of the vote still puts India in the age of the BJP. You're going to have to change 8% to change that. That's not going to happen overnight.
Radhi
Time aa
was-
sakta hai, no doubt. But
Radhi-
time aaya nahi hai.
As a opposition leader, definitely आया है. What all BJP made mistakes is an inevitable, unstoppable result of it. And I'm just saying that if what Rajdeep is asking is a very good question. How will he get floating waters? I am saying only when. Because I don't see BJP as a weak party. Even I don't see Congress as weak as BJP is portraying. But I am saying BJP is not a weak party today. It has a fantastic asset.
course. I
all
think
over
the
India.
problem of the
But
BJP
just a minute.
No, it could get
but
weak.
only
Nothing
if
is permanent.
Now in
No,
a
no, madam,
remaining time,
madam, BJP can get weak.
Modi
BJP
does not fare well as in the Ministry of Finance.
No, I'll
Okay,
give you
can
an
we
example.
take some more
Now,
data?
just
One second, sir,
simple-
data रह जाएगा.
One simple-
अरे time खत्म हो जाएगा.
One very important thing which people need to remember.
Yes.
1 in 3 voters voted for BJP, said they voted for BJP because of Modi in 2019.
Now it's 1 in 4.
Now it's 1 in 4. Take Mr. Modi out of the equation, right? Everybody, eventually, there's no sense of permanence. Once he's out, then Rahul Gandhi is the natural beneficiary of
But
that.
you don't know
The-
when he's out, so he's here for the
no,
moment.
no, 10 years.
Who replaces him?
No, I'm saying Rahul Gandhi is 54. Mr. Modi today will be 75 in a few weeks from now. 10 years from now, Mr. Modi will be 85. Rahul Gandhi will be still 64. Where was Mr. Modi at 64? He was becoming Prime Minister of the country. There Sheila Dikshit is right.
Sheila Bhatt.
Sheila Bhatt is right. I'm sorry, I'm getting old. You know, I'm not young like Rahul Gandhi. So the fact is that Rahul Gandhi's opportunity, Rahul, can come in the next 10 years. Why do we look at politics only in the next 3 months? Mood of the nation demands us to see what happens.
as if-
Of course,
But
we'll
10
be
years
here
from now,
20
Rahul
years
Gandhi
down
will
the
still
line,
be
we will be
64.